vector and write its component form. The initial point or starting point of the vector is P. The terminal point or ending point is Q, so the vector is named vector PQ. To move from the initial point P to the terminal point Q, you move 4 units left and 5 units up. So the horizontal component of vector PQ is -4, the vertical component of vector PQ is 5, and the component form is -4, 5. The vertices of triangle ABC are A03, B24, and C10. Translate triangle ABC using the vector -1, -2. First, you want to graph triangle ABC with vertices A03, B24, and C10. Then use the vector -1, -2 to translate triangle ABC 1 unit left and 2 units down, and label the vertices of the image A', -1, 1, B', 1, 2, and C', 0, -2. Then draw line segments connecting the vertices to draw a triangle A', B', C'. The vertices of triangle right for the translation of triangle ABC to triangle A', B', C'. To go from C to C', you move 2 units right and 1 unit down. So you move along the vector 2, -1. To find a rule for the translation of triangle ABC to triangle A', B', C', add 2 to the x-coordinate and subtract 1 from the y-coordinate. So a rule for the translation is the point xy maps to the point x plus 2, y minus 1. Graph quadrilateral ABCD with vertices A 1, -2, B 2, 1, C 4, 1, and D 4, -2, and its image after the translation, the point xy maps to the point x minus 1, y plus 4. First, you want to graph quadrilateral ABCD. To do this, plot the vertices A 1, -2, B 2, 1, C 4, 1, and D 4, -2. Then draw line segments connecting the vertices. Because the point xy maps to the point x minus 1, y plus 4, to find the coordinates of the vertices of the image, subtract 1 from the x-coordinates and add 4 to the y-coordinates of the vertices of the pre-image. 1 minus 1 is 0, and -2 plus 4 is 2. So the point A, 1, -2 maps to the point A', 0, 2. Similarly, the point B, 2, 1 maps to the point B prime, 1, 5. The point C, 4, 1 maps to the point C prime, 3, 5. And the point D, 4, negative 2 maps to the point D prime, 3, 2. To complete the graph of the image, draw line segments connecting the vertices. Graph segment RS with endpoints R, negative 8, 5, and S, negative 6, 8, and its image after the composition. A translation such that the point XY maps to the point X minus 1, Y plus 4, followed by a translation such that the point XY maps to the point X plus 4, Y minus 6. First, you want to graph segment RS. To do this, plot the endpoints R, negative 8, 5, and S, negative 6, 8. Then draw a line segment connecting the points. The first translation tells you to translate segment RS 1 unit left and 4 units up, giving you segment R prime S prime with endpoints R prime negative 9, 9 and S prime negative 7, 12. The second translation tells you to translate segment R prime S prime 4 units right and 6 units down, giving you segment R double prime S double prime with endpoints R double prime negative 5, 3 and S double prime negative 3, 6. So segment R double prime S double prime is the image of segment RS after the given composition. Graph A graphic artist is designing a favicon for a golf website. In an image editing program, she moves the red rectangle 3 units right and 1 unit down. Then she moves the red rectangle 1 unit left and 4 units up. Rewrite the composition as a single transformation. Let AXY be an arbitrary point in the red rectangle. First, the graphic artist moves A 3 units right and 1 unit down. To find the coordinates of its image, add 3 to the x-coordinate and subtract 1 from the y-coordinate. So AXY maps to A prime, x plus 3, y minus 1. Then the graphic artist moves A prime 1 unit left and 4 units up. To find the coordinates of its image, subtract 1 from the x-coordinate and add 4 to the y-coordinate. X plus 3 minus 1 simplifies to x plus 2, and y minus 1 plus 4 simplifies to y plus 3. So A prime x plus 3 y minus 1 maps to A double prime x plus 2 y plus 3. The composition of translations uses the original point xy as the input and returns the point x plus 2 y plus 3 as the output. So the single translation rule for the composition is xy maps to x plus 2 y plus 3.